Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I'm going to be reviewing my second game in a tournament that I'm playing in. Well, actually the tournament finished yesterday because I am behind in uploads, so I have more games coming. Be sure to subscribe. Speaking of subscribers, a small amount of you are actually subscribed, so if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated, and like the video as well. And so let's get straight into it. So I was playing white in this position, and the non-subscriber was playing black, and I played d4, d5. In this position, I played the London. He brought out their bishop. I brought out the knight, just developing, and they played very aggressive with this move c5. In this position, if I take, then they have some moves, that pawn will just be impossible to defend because I'll have to do that. So instead of taking, I defend it with this move e3. They bring out their knight, just developing, very normal stuff. I double defend this pawn. Because if they would have taken, they could have taken, then take back, but then I have my knight still defending, so they would have lost a piece. So I didn't need to defend. I could have played a pin variation. So if I play this, they play this, now I have to move back, and they play this, and I do something like this. So boom, boom, boom. Then they might still play this. So I guess, okay, maybe it wasn't a good line. But maybe if they push, I just move back here. It would be a, yeah, and that's just a bad move. But instead of that, I double the defenders of this pawn. They bring that pawn forward, and I play my knight here. So far, the position is equal. Then they create this very, very beautiful pawn chain, looking to develop their bishop, probably something like here. I push my pawn, trying to target this pawn. They double up the defenders. I bring out this bishop. I bring out the bishop here exactly. And this position, I could have done something like this, because of trades, opens up the rook. But I was very new in the London and did not play the right moves. So I also got tunnel visioned. I was like, ooh, I could put my knight here. So I put my knight here, not considering that this was a better move, as Stockfish is clearly not impressed, but it was the right move. Trust me. I bring my knight here. They takes, and they bring their queen. Taking with the bishop would have lost. I mean, was an option. I mean, I see that the pawn take. Stockfish is not a fan. But after this, okay, it's about equal. But my idea in the London, you don't want to trade your dark square bishop, so I do that. I bring out their queen, because this pawn cannot move forward to discover an attack on the queen. I bring my knight here, probably looking to move something like this maybe, and if trades, then trades. He brings a knight here for something like this, and then I take that pawn. A mistake because there's no progress done. I castle, they bring their rook attacking my queen, I move out of the way, and exactly, they bring their knight there, attacking my bishop. I move it back here. I wouldn't say it was a bad move, but usually when you move back there, it's so if they take the bishop, you take back, opening this file for the rook, but the rook is no longer here, it's castled here. Usually in the London, you'll castle queenside, like this, but the queenside is obviously very, very weakened. They castle, so far so good. So now we gotta target everything down this side of the board. That was not what they played. They took that pawn, I took this pawn. They move their queen attack, now move back. They move over their rook. I don't see why. But okay. I take their bishop, they take my knight. bring my rook to attack this open file. But they doubled their rooks, and here I play a horrible move. Looking at this pawn, I was like, queen c2, which blunders a bishop. I take that pawn, and lose my bishop. There's nothing I could do. Rook trade, and they move their pawn here. This was a mistake. Why was it a mistake? Because check, and here I should have played this move. Never mind! Yeah, no, of course I didn't play that move. I played this. And they take on a2. Then I play that move. And then they bring their queen back because it was going to be mate. And here, I just blunder a queen trade. Why is it blundered a queen trade? Because this trade is not good for me. I move my bishop back, attacking this pawn. I move the pawn forward. Move my king over. This position, it might have been better taking. Never mind. No, it wasn't. I move my king closer because I want to move to the side of the board. I bring in their knight, attacking my rook, so I move it to attack this pawn. But they're just not going to move their rook because it's defending. They move their pawn, I check them, because otherwise, otherwise it was going to be mate. It's not, but I still check them. And then they move their rook. I probably could have stayed here and did some other thing. But they move their rook. In this position, I blunder a pawn. Why do I blunder a pawn? Because after this, oh, well, you know, it's equal. But I lose 2 pawns. That trade was not good. Okay, 1 pawn. Just as I said. Okay, so they move their rook, attacking this pawn. I don't do anything about it because it's defended by my king. Move their pawn forward. I move my pawn forward. Bring in their king. Move my rook forward. Cutting off the king. Move their pawn so it can still move forward. And they move their rook. This position, I probably could have taken this pawn. It would have been much closer. But after taking the pawn, they would have taken it back. And then this pawn is just going to be lost. Well, no, not really. But, you know, they're going to bring their king and it's all going to be over. But instead, I play g4. This move maybe would have been better. No, it's not. So, move was really taking the pawn. But anyways, trade pawns, and in this position, that pawn is unstoppable. I find that out here when he checks me. Because now it's force queen, so it forces rook trades. They take that pawn. They, after a little king maneuver, they're going to get another queen. I take that pawn, and now it's all about knowing your end games. I moved into the corner. He's bringing his king. I have only these 2 squares to go to. But in this position, my opponent, surprisingly, sacrifices the queen and draws the game. So all of this, the whole, he knew this end game clearly, moving his king in, moving his queen in, all that to make one mistake that allowed me to draw the game. And after the game, I did not talk to him because he did not stay very long. I don't know if he was mad at me or himself or both, but yeah, there's no agreement to a draw when there's only 2 kings on the board, because 2 kings cannot checkmate unless you're Hikaru. So on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.